going on, guys? Chris with Deskhaus. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be making this video because one, we haven't really done this in a while. And two, we've just kind of been busy to where we see posts online or we see videos comparing us or posts comparing us. And, we don't always have time to respond, and or we just think, oh, maybe our competitors are actually starting to build a better product. And lately, our Apex Pro has been compared to the Flexispot E7 Plus a ton. And while I think, you can compare it against whatever one you want, I think it's funny that they're not comparing it against our Peak Pro, considering our Peak Pro is more stable because of the wedge design and is a lot cheaper than our Apex Pro. So let's just get numbers out of the way right now. Just the frame is on sale for $550, the E7 Plus. This is $785. It's always $785. They say it's like $799 or something like that, flash sale. They've been saying it's been a flash sale for probably months, if not a year now, whenever they release this. So take that for a grain of salt. That's a little misleading. And, it's a little annoying, I guess, to me because I just want to present and sell product at like the price point we need to sell it at and not waste money on ads or BS like DM me for 15% off. When you go online, like you can see that all day with Flexispot. That's their marketing strategy. But as also a seller, I mean, they're looking down on you thinking that you're not educated. So first of all, people that buy from us tend to be a little, I don't want to say they sell to dense people. It's just they're an educated buyer that has found us. That's how they found Deskhaus. They didn't find us because of a Facebook ad, where Flexispot just wants to sell as many desks to as many individuals as possible. And if they do that in a misleading way by, saying that this lifts 540 pounds, which actually they don't, but they advertise it as a 540 pound static load. So does everybody know that means not a lifting load? No, but why even talk about static load? People only care about what you can lift. Sorry, maybe I'm just getting on a tangent of why I don't like this brand and why it annoys me, but that's what it is. So $550, $785. This setup right here with a 63 by 30 rubber wood top comes out to $820. This setup right here with a 60 by 30 rubber wood top, if you use our discount code landfill, you're gonna get this rubber wood top absolutely free. It comes with 2 USB and a power outlet. Just a quick history on this. When WeWork went bankrupt, we acquired pretty much all of their height adjustable desks that they intended to use throughout their facilities. This was thousands and thousands of them. When we got them, we had about 1,000 more tops than we had bases for. So these tops are essentially WeWork tops that came to us in boxes of 2 that we then just opened up the boxes of 2, flipped them over, put 4 pilot holes in on each corner just so you can align your Apex Pro or Peak Pro, and then boxed it individually. So it's not a used top or anything like that. It's just we opened a box, did a little bit of work on it, and put it in another box. While we bought everything as a lot, we didn't really account for it. So that's why we were only at first just charging the price of shipping to get it to you, plus the repack cost. But what we're doing because of this is we're just gonna, if you use code landfill, you'll get the top absolutely free. So this setup right here with the power unit behind me is $785. That's $820. That has 2 motors. This has 4 motors. This has a Bluetooth programmable switch. That has a programmable switch with USB. Ours also has USB. It's funny, like when they advertise, they specifically show this switch variant without the programmable stuff and act like that's what everybody else does. And then they also show prices that just don't seem accurate to me. They also show, some guy doing this with the desk barely moving. I don't know how tall he is, but we'll do this one first because this is also a lot slower. So this is a 2-motor system. Let's go to standing. Just gonna casually walk over here. Missed the first button. Now this does go about 1 inch taller. That said, this has a little knock to it. I don't know if y'all heard that. So, yeah, there goes the knock. So it finished before. Yes, it goes a little taller, but it passed it. So keep that in mind. This is a little bit slower. One thing we talked about yesterday is how we have a lot more metal on our feet. Our feet are heavier than theirs. That's the first thing you're going to notice is I'm going to be able to crab walk this system with very little force. That's because there's a lot more weight up top than there is below. I can't really do that on ours. Front to back, I mean, I just did it, but left to right. So the reason that this is so much better than that is because we have a lot of lateral stability in here. We have the wedge design. We have 4 cross rails. You come over here, they have a square column that is connected via like an L bracket to their cross rail. They only have 2. We only have 4. So at the end of the day, if you just want a frame, like that's what you're getting with $250 more. You're gonna get 4 motors versus 2. You're gonna get a lot more metal. You're gonna get a Bluetooth switch, although I'm not the biggest proponent of Bluetooth switches. You're just gonna get a better bass. At the end of the day, when you have a company that can be like, oh sure, here's 15% off, here's whatever, that's not because they're losing money to give you a bass. That's because they're just either cutting their margin to 0 to try to buy market share, or you're just always overpaying when the product isn't on sale. So let's get down to a more reasonable height. I don't know how tall that guy was in the video, but let's go down to this height, whatever that is. That says 46.9. I'm just gonna eyeball this. Close enough, maybe? Yeah, close enough. Same front to back. And no, this is not because it's not level. And I can try to raise it a little bit. Still gonna get that motion, side to side. Oh, hey Brady, can you just back up a little bit? Turn that light on. Maybe not. There it is. Side to side. It's not night and day difference, but when you just touch something that doesn't want to move, you can feel it. So that guy, you know, he's like going into it and going like this. Oh, well, first of all, you can't really do that. I mean, I guess I can try to do that to mine if I don't bend my arms. How did he do it? Let's see. So he's really just using his arms. He's not leaning into it. So he's just going like this. But he's like, yeah, I don't know. I think what I'm taking from this is that's not really a real life experience of what he's doing, and or maybe I'm just not able to duplicate it, but what I can duplicate is 2 thumbs here, being able to move this desk, and 2 thumbs here, barely being able to budge this desk. All right, so what else do we got? We went all the way up, side to side. Oh, let's put some weight on. All right, let me lower this down. You're good, Brady, you can come over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put, 135 on each desk. Just to see how it sounds. To be honest, I did this earlier, but the whole warehouse was running, so you can't really hear during the day. Oh, I also have this. So one of their advertisements is that there's room for a monitor arm, and they act like other brands can't fit a monitor arm on. I mean, that's fully in there without the cable getting in the way. So that's, again, a little misleading on how they advertise. But that doesn't surprise me. That is Flexispot. Oh, you did all the work. All right. A lot of people say when we do these videos, oh, you need to add more weight. It's going to make it stable. So let's try. See how it sounds. I mean, it sounds fine. I wonder if it's going to beat it still. Go, Deskhaus, go. Ooh, ooh. All right. Yeah. This is 135 pounds. And people are like, oh, I'll put my 3D printers on there. I don't know if I'd trust my 3D printer, although you're not probably going to have it at this height. But that's a lot of motion. I mean, I want to get this to move. That's gnarly. Okay, this is taller, so let me lower it a little bit. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, I know, I have a feeling we're gonna get some motion here now with some weight. Oh yeah. But let's go down to my working height. Hmm. 44.6. There's definitely a noise there. 44.5. Why does that look taller? It is taller. Okay, hopefully that's not good. That's really good. Here, I gotta try to do this in a measurable way. Is it getting motion on the side? Yeah. But how much is that noticeable? See if I can do this. I mean, it's night and day difference. It's not because I'm forcing this or I'm trying harder. It's because literally there's no lateral stability on this in terms of braces, wedges, or anything like that. Wow, that's quite noticeable. Let's see where we can get to where it actually is like firm. So this is 40 inches, guys. Okay, so at about 40 inches, 41 inches, there is still a considerable amount of lateral instability where our Peak Pro is a freaking rock. I'm worried about those sliding off. I don't know if I should do this. Did better than I thought. At least it didn't cave. All right, next one. 37.5. That's bad. I guess I should do front to back. Yep. Yeah. Okay. There's no point to going lower because obviously that's still going to be a rock. So let's just go lower on this one. Okay, so at this point, 34 inches, there's like no front to back wobble. There's still a good amount side to side. I think it's not going to matter. I think we can go as low as it goes, and it's still going to have some side to side. Maybe the very bottom. Yep. Let's just for shits and giggles. Okay, it does go a little bit lower. There's nothing. So End of the day, guys, look, we took our Apex Pro and we wanted to make it more affordable. In doing so, we're able to use overseas manufacturing that has the capabilities of doing the wedge column. Now, this column is not new. This column has been around for a long time and has been fully tested. It's a really good system that has been reviewed in a two-leg version by hundreds of thousands of people. So what we did is we took that column, made a slightly different foot than our Apex. We did a new control box, and by new control box, it's not because it's cheaper. Actually, I think it's a little bit more expensive. It's just the next variation of the four-leg control box. It's a little bit more energy efficient. It shuts off after like 10 seconds, so the power draw is a lot less. Those are all minor things that, frankly, I don't think everybody cares about. People just want stability, and people don't want to be bullshitted into thinking that, for $550 that you're going to get something as stable as this. I mean, it's no secret I'm irritated with Flexispot. I'm irritated with the market because Flexispot, the parent company, Loctech, they relied on, US made companies or US brands for years to build themselves. Let's take Mojo Desk, for example. Mojo Desk isn't around anymore. Why? Because Mojo Desk, to make money, had to sell this same frame for more money that Flexispot just undercuts them at. So it's a little frustrating because I know people have been laid off and let go by these companies that have relied on that company just to build them up to a point to just undercut them. So that's kind of frustrating to me. I mean, look, it's just all around. You got like a power cord that feels like it's off, your grandma's lamp from 1980. It's flimsy. It doesn't want to, it doesn't even have the third prong. Let's pull this out. I mean, this is going to hold itself up. This is not. It's everyday decisions that they decide to be cheap, and then they throw misleading information in front of you like a static, 540-pound static load, where that means, let's just hypothetically say you had 540 pounds on your desk. If you wanted to now move it, you would have to take 100 pounds off just to move it. This right here has a 600-pound lifting load, and it's way higher for static. So you have 600 pounds on here and you decide to change it, you just push a button. If you have 540 pounds and you want to change it, you got to pull off 100 pounds, change it, then put your equipment back on. Why even advertise that number if it makes absolutely no sense? Anyways, I'm going to keep rambling if I keep going. But guys, $785 gets you a hell of a desk. Use the landfill discount code. So if you have the Rubberwood Special and the Peak Pro in your cart, use code landfill. You're going to get that top power grommet absolutely free. And you're just going to get a better base. And I think we've shown it here. See you guys.